Recap, a short recap about the past lesson. Some examples of eruption. Hydrothermal eruption. An eruption driven by the heat in a hydrothermal systems. Hydrothermal eruptions pulverize surrounding rocks and can produce ash but do not include magma. Number 2 is phreatic eruption. An eruption driven by the heat from magma interacting with water. The water can be from groundwater, hydrothermal systems, surface runoff, a lake, or the sea. Now let's move on to our main topic, which is Lesson 3, Volcanic Materials, Emission and its effect on human and other living things. What are the volcanic materials? Hot magma or lava, gases, steams, cinders, gaseous sulfur compounds, ash, and broken rock pieces. Types of volcanic materials. Is a Hawaiian term for lava flows that have a rough, rubbly surface composed of broken lava blocks called clinkers. The incredibly spiny surface of a solidified flows makes walking very difficult and slow. Ahoy. Lava flows are characterized by smooth, gently undulating or broadly hummocky surface. Whirled by their Hawaiian names, pahoehoe, a more fluid flow with a smooth to rocky surface. Lava is magma when it has been expelled from the interior of the terrestrial planet or a moon onto its surface. Pillow lava. Pillow lavas are bulbous, spherical, or tubular lobes of lava. They form during eruptions with relatively low infusion rates. Volcanic ash. Volcanic ash is a mixture of rock, mineral, and glass particles expelled from a volcano during a volcanic eruption. Lapilli. Lapilli is a size classification of tetra, which is a material that falls out of the air during a volcanic eruption or during some meteorite impacts, between 2 and 64 millimeters, 0.08 to 2.5 in diameter, that were ejected from a volcano during an explosive eruption. Cinder. A cinder is a pyroclastic material. Cinders are extrusive igneous rocks. They are fragments of solidified lava. Cinders are typically brown, black, or red depending on chemical composition and weathering. Pumice. Pumice stone is an igneous rock that is formed during volcanic eruptions. As a volcano explodes, it spews this magma into air and the gas, now at a lower pressure, quickly escapes. Scoria. Scoria is a kind of rock produced by volcanic activity. Like pumice, it forms when lava which is rich in gas cools quickly. It forms when molten rock is rising in a volcanic pipe. Tephra. Tephra is an unconsolidated pyroclastic material produced by volcanic eruption. Tephra eruptions can affect ecosystems across millions of square kilometers or even entire continents depending on the size of eruption. Emissions from volcanoes. Global volcanism. The emission of volcanic gases depend on a thermodynamic condition, pressure, temperature, and on the magma type, its chemical composition, which in turn depends on the tectonic environment. Globally, most of the magma mass erupted is of basaltic composition. Basaltic volcanoes erupt most frequently along mid-oceanic ridges in deep ocean water, where magma rises along the oceanic plate boundaries. Effects on human and other living things. How does volcanoes affect living things? Carbon dioxide and fluorine gases that can be toxic to humans can collect in volcanic ash. The resulting ash fall can lead to crop failure, animal death, deformity, and human illness. Ash abrasive particles can scratch the surface of the skin and eyes, causing discomfort and inflammation. Fast-moving lava can kill people, and falling ash can make it hard for them to breathe. They can also die from famine, fires, and earthquakes, which can be related to volcanoes. How do volcanic eruption affect society? On longer time scales, eruptions can inject massive quantities of ash into the atmosphere, greatly reducing the solar heating of the Earth and potentially interrupting the global food supply for several years.
For now, let's start with the activity and test what you have learned. Direction. Write your answers on a sheet of paper or Microsoft Word. So let's start with the first activity. Number 1. A lava that has a rough, jagged, spiny, and generally clinker surface. Number 2. It is a term used for the hot molten materials that reach the Earth's surface. Number 3. Fragments less than 2 millimeters in diameter of lava or rock blasted into the air by volcanic explosions. Number 4. It is a very fluid lava flow that in solidified form, it is characterized by smooth, billowy surface. Number 5. Vesicular lava fragments 1 centimeter or larger in diameter. So, has everybody done answering the questions? Let's proceed to checking your answers. Number 1, Number 2, magma. Number 3, lapilli. Number 4, pahoho. Number 5, cinders. So, I wonder who got the perfect score. I'll check later. So let's proceed to activity 2. Directions. Identify the effects of a volcanic eruption. Put check if it is an effect of volcanic eruption and X if not. Activity 2. Number 1. It can cause lives and properties. Number 2. As lava flows or pyroclastic materials are ejected in the air, they can destroy anything on their way. Number 3. Volcanic eruptions can cause a decrease in the Earth's surface temperature. Number 4. Volcanic eruptions can cause flash floods. 5. It produces very rich soils for farming. So, are you all done answering? Let's check your answers. Number 1, check. Number 2, check. Number 3, check. Number 4, check. And number 5, check. I wonder who got the perfect score. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening. And special thanks to the reporters for today, Castor Troy Lademora and Kesh Arnold. That's all. Thank you. Have a nice day.